Hello everyone, I am Swati, your maths teacher, and this is video lesson number 2 on the chapter bar graph. In the previous video, we learned about what is bar graph and how we construct a bar graph. In this video, we are going to learn about how to read a bar graph. Okay, it means how we answer the following questions based on the given bar graph. Here we have one bar graph and we have to give the answer of the following question based on this bar graph. Here we see that the bar graph represents cells of milk in a week, that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On the y-axis, the number of packets sold. On the x-axis, what is given? Days of the week, and on y-axis, number of packets sold. For a particular week, the daily sales of milk packets at the rate of rupees 16 per packet at a local milk booth is shown in the adjacent graph. Read the bar graph and answer the following question. Now the first question is, how many packets were sold on Thursday? When you read the bar graph very carefully. You get all the answers from the given bar graph. Okay. The first question is, how many packets were sold on Thursday? So now you have to go to the Thursday bars. How many milk packets sold on Thursday? Now you get here number of milk packets sold on Thursday is 60. So now you write the answer. Number of packets sold on Thursday is equal to 60. Second question is, on which day were the maximum number of packets sold and how many packets were sold? Now you see which bar having the maximum height. We say here this bar having the maximum height and this bar represent the number of milk packets sold on Sunday. So we write here on Sunday maximum number of packets sold. And how many packets were sold? Then we write on Sunday how many packets sold? 140. 140 packets sold. Okay. Now we move to the next question. Now the next is, how much money was received on Wednesday from the sale of milk packet? How much money was received on Wednesday from the sales of milk packet? So what we have to find out first, number of packets sold on Wednesday and cost of each packet. So again we see to the graph and we see here on Wednesday how many packets sold? 20 and cost of each packet is 16. So number of packets sold on Wednesday 20 and cost of each packet is rupees 16. Now money received on Wednesday is equal to 20 into 16, that is rupees 320. Okay. Now the next one is, find the total revenue generated by the sale of milk packets during the whole week. What we have to find out? We have to find out the total revenue for the whole week. For that, what we have to do? First we have to find the total number of packets sold in the given week is equal to on Monday, how many packets sold? On Monday 50, Tuesday 80. Monday 50, Tuesday 80, Wednesday 20 and Thursday 60. Wednesday 20, Thursday 60. Friday 50, Friday 50, and on Saturday number of packets sold 100 and Sunday 140. 100 and 140. Now by adding, what we get? 500 packets sold in the whole week. So total revenue generated by the sale of milk packets during the week is equal to number of packets sold in the whole week multiplied with cost of each packet, that is 16, by multiplying what we get, rupees 8,000. Okay. When these types of questions given, what you have to do, you have to carefully read the bar graph. You get all the answer from that bar graph. Okay. Now we see the next question. Again the bar graph is given and the question is, read the bar graph and answer the following question given below. What this bar graph represent? Enrollment in different courses at a university. It means enrollment of chemistry course, physics course, economics, political science and psychology. On the basis of that bar graph, you have to give some answer. Which course has the most student enroll in it? Which course having the maximum height? Economics. It means the answer is the most student are enrolled in economics. Okay. Next is, order the courses by enrollment from the lowest to highest. Which has the lowest enrollment? Physics. So first we write physics. After that, which subject having the lowest enrollment? Psychology. Psychology. After psychology, no, after physics, the subject comes is chemistry. After chemistry, psychology. And after psychology, the maximum after psychology, which subject comes? Political science. This is political science. And the subject which has maximum enrollment is economics. So in this way we arrange the courses in lowest to highest order. Now the next question is, the enrollment in economics is how many times more than the enrollment in chemistry? So first we find how many enrollments in chemistry? 150. How many enrollments in economics? That is 300. So first we have to write enrollment in economics is equal to 300. Enrollment in chemistry is equal to 150. Now you have to find out how many times more than the enrollment in chemistry. Okay? The enrollment in economics is 2 times the enrollment in chemistry. Why? Because the enrollment in chemistry is 150 and enrollment in economics is 300, and 300 is 2 times of 150. Okay?